What's up, everybody? I'm Flash. This is One Man's Opinion, the show where we cover just about everything, and today we're reacting to epic rap battles, Rick Grimes versus Walter White, and I decided to go with this one because I've got a review coming up for The Last of Us that will be coming up later in the week, and I thought, well, Rick Grimes and Joel, they're pretty similar, a little. I don't know. They're both like the lead men in a zombie-esque apocalypse. So, you know what? Walter White, Rick Grimes, of the ones I had left, seemed like the one to do at the time. Aside from just The Last of Us, I also have a movie review on the way. That movie review will be on Black Phone. Black Phone is a horror movie that came out last year. I guess it came out last year. Either way, it's not a very old movie right now. It's been out for several months now, though I just recently had a chance to watch it, so be sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on either The Last of Us or Black Phone. If that's something you're interested in, make sure to hit that bell icon so you're notified anytime I post a video. But right now, epic rap battles. It's been a minute. Let's get into it.
Let the battles of hit the wall.
Stay back, this is gonna get bad. I'm about to show this lab rat how to be a real dad. Great AMC, removing your A1 day. Cause Sheriff Grimes rhymes dirty like my armpit stain.
Okay, alright. We got quite a bit here, just right in the opener. First of all, Carl, stay back. Got the classic Rick Grimes, Carl, right out the gate.
Stay back, this is gonna get bad. I'm about to show this lab rat how to be a real dad.
He didn't say much, but he said a mouthful right there. About to show this lab rat how to be a real dad. Rick Grimes is a pretty good dad. I mean, for the role, for what he was given, for the world he lived in, I would say Rick Grimes is a pretty darn good father, whereas Walter White kind of threw away his chance to be a good dad for the money. Now, granted, it was, pretty extreme circumstances, and he always maintained that he did it for his family, but by the end of the show, we know he admitted he did it for himself. And so, that's a pretty good punch opening up, especially to a guy like Walter White, who had tried to convince everyone around him and himself that he was being a good father and a good husband, doing what he was doing when in actuality he wasn't. So I like that opening jab right there.
How to be a real dad. Great AMC.
Right there, you got a pretty cool little sneaky AMC reference. A grade AMC. Both of these shows were on AMC, and so a grade AMC, the double entendre there, is not lost on me.
AMC, ruin your A1 day.
Ruin your A1 day. That was a thing that Walter said at the car wash. They were always like, be sure to see your car wash professional and have an A1 day. So there's the reference there.
Sheriff Grimes rhymes dirty like my armpit stain.
That's just gross, is all that is.
I'm a post-apocalyptic cop who's got a lot of issues. Pop a cap in you and splatter the brain you misuse. Cooking up blue sky and bigger lies for Skylar. Hatching little schemes like a dying MacGyver. You tore your fan.
Hey, that's all facts, man. And these punches aren't crazy. It seems like he could go in a little harder on Walter a little bit. These are kind of like just scratching the surface of what all Walter White did. They're all factual, but it seems like he could just dig a little deeper and really hit him with some gut punches. These are all like very surface level punches he's throwing right here. Post-apocalyptic cop who's got a lot of issues. That's kind of self-explanatory.
Issues. Pop a cap in you and splatter the brain you misuse.
Okay, there's a reference to, obviously Rick Grimes is popping a lot of caps and a lot of heads. A lot of skulls are exploding because of his, zombie killing. And, sometimes people killing too. And splatter the brain you misuse. He's saying, you're really intelligent, but you're misusing that mind of yours. So, I get it.
Blue sky and bigger lies for Skylar.
Blue sky is what the amphetamine that Walter White was cooking came to be called because of its blue color, and Skylar was his wife. And so he's saying you're cooking up blue sky and lies for Skylar, and then he's going to double down on that.
Hatching little schemes like a dying MacGyver.
You see what I'm saying, though? Hatching little schemes like a dying MacGyver. Yeah, these are all facts, but there's not really any hard punches here. he was lying to his wife. Like, dig in on that. Dig in on her, sleeping around with Ted, like, go in on it. Like, there's so much he could do with that, but he's just saying, oh, you lied to your wife. That doesn't really tell the story. The lies he was telling his wife was, atrocious, and it was the things he was hiding, the things that he had done, so like, dig in on that. It ruined his marriage, go in on it. Don't just say, oh, you lied to your wife, because that really paints the picture that it wasn't all that bad, when in actuality, you could really hit home hard on some of this stuff.
You tore your family apart, sin by sin. Where I live, it happens literally limb for limb. So write this down in your pancakes so you won't forget it. I kill zombies that are better men than you before breakfast.
Okay, all right. See, he almost kind of went in right here a little bit. He says you tore your family apart sin by sin. That's kind of what I was talking about a little bit. So there's a decent punch. There's stuff. It's still not as heavy-handed as I would like for it to be. There's no serious low blow here that really, takes the wind out of somebody's sails, but he's dancing around the point a little bit.
Tore your family apart, sin by sin. Where I live, it happens literally limb for limb.
Zombies.
So write this down in your pancakes so you won't forget.
He always had like his birthday, what age he was putting his pancakes, with bacon. That's something that Skylar did for him, sort of, and then by the end of the show, he had to kind of do it for himself. So
I kill zombies that are better men than you before breakfast.
I don't know what you think I've done, but if we were to battle, I've already won.
I really like that opener right there because that's very, very Walter White. Look at this guy. He's just playing the innocent, I don't know what you think I've done. And this is also a callback to when Hank is starting to put together that Walter White is the criminal mastermind, Heisenberg. And so he say, I don't know what you think I've done, but if I am the person that you think I am, perhaps your best course would be to tread lightly, is what he tells Hank. And so, hey, look, I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. So this right here, and then the transition from just innocent Walter White, hey, look, I'm just an innocent old man, cancer patient, nothing to see here, into Heisenberg right here.
What you think I've done, but if we were to battle, I've already won.
With here come the hat on, right there. It's a great transition. And look at the face change, that Heisenberg face. That's awesome. Also, let me say right here, Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter doing a great job with their impersonations in this one. Really enjoy it.
Ask us. You don't want to face off against me.
Woo!
I'll stuff you in a barrel and make it dude smooth. Your sense of duty gets your group into some deep duty. Always getting saved by some samurai booty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we're in it. Okay. Yeah. Walter White not playing around. He's not. You see how he's not dancing around the points? He's getting right to the facts. Like everything Rick said was factual, but he didn't dig that knife in, he was just poking him a little bit. But listen to this.
Ask Gus, you don't want to face off against me.
First of all, the double entendre, ask Gus, you don't want to face off against me. So ask Gus Fring, you don't want to face off against me. You don't want to face me, but also because I blew Gus Fring's face off. And I believe the episode was actually titled Face Off as well. And so that's almost like a triple entendre right there.
Stuff you in a barrel and make it dude smooth.
I gotta say, the flex with the stuff you in a barrel and make a dude smoothie, that's kind of a rebuttal to him saying that he would blow his brains out, splatter the brain that you misuse. So kind of a tit for tat there, back and forth. But right here's where he kind of gets into him.
Duty gets your group into some deep duty.
Your sense of duty gets your group into some deep duty. So he's saying, you've got this code that you follow, but because you follow this code, you sacrifice the very people you're trying to protect. That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep right there. And then he, comes in with a Michonne bar right here.
Getting saved by some samurai booty.
Because and again, she carries that katana. She's like a samurai, but also he's kind of taking a shot at Michonne a little bit, calling her a booty call because her and Rick. Granted, in the show they end up tying the knot, and they probably, I don't know if they did in the comics or not, but in the show they end up getting together. But still, it's pretty good right here. I would say he's starting to take the lead in this first round.
I'm a kingpin, cooking crystal in the middle of the day. Having dinner by the pool with the DEA.
Yeah, that's a
with my
flex.
PTA. If you ever try to stop Heisenberg getting paid, here's a hot dose. Let me watch you choke on the truth. You look up to me like I'm a pizza on the roof. You're a loser, a failure to your whole entire crew. I've seen Walter Jr. handle walkers better than you.
Okay, Walter White seemed like that last bar, we're going to talk about it. Don't worry. It wasn't lost on me. Don't worry. But it seemed like Walter got more time. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it was just me. All right, let's go back.
Crystal in the middle of the day, having dinner by the pool with the DEA.
His brother-in-law, the DEA, Hank Schrader, sitting right there with him at the pool, eating, and the whole time he's a criminal mastermind. That's a flex right there. Run you over with my Aztec.
Run you over with my Aztec. GTA.
The Pontiac Aztec that he drove, that kind of ugly green color thing, but he also ran a dude over with it, saved Jesse's life that way. Well, I say he saved Jesse's life. He kept Jesse from making what would have likely been a fatal mistake, because Jesse was about to shoot a dude. If memory serves, Jesse was about to shoot the guy, and instead Walter ran him over. Kind of saved Jesse's innocence in that moment. For the time being, that would come full circle when Gale had to go. But anyway, either way, he's kind of just cooking a little bit right here, just kind of flexing.
If you ever try to stop Heisenberg getting paid, here's a hot dose. Let me watch you choke on the truth. You look up to me like I'm a pizza on the roof.
Here's a hot dose. Let me watch you choke on the truth. A hot dose. Choke on the truth. I don't know if that's a reference to anything or not. The only thing I could think of is when he watched Jesse's girlfriend die. When she threw up, she threw up in her sleep and choked to death on her vomit. And he could have saved her, but he didn't. So maybe here's a hot dose. I don't know. Let me watch you choke on the truth, like the same way he watched her die. Is the only connection I can make there. Maybe there's something else. You look up to me like I'm a pizza on the roof. Pizza got thrown up on the roof in that scene where Walter kind of loses his cool and he just throws the pizza up in the air. I think he's trying to win Skylar back at that moment. It doesn't go well. And so he gets mad and he throws the pizza up in the air and it lands on the roof. That actually wasn't supposed to happen. If memory serves, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened in one take. They did the scene in one take, and the pizza kind of landed perfectly on the roof, and they were like, you know what, that's kind of crazy, let's just keep that and roll with it. So that's the reference there.
Loser, a failure to your whole entire crew. I've seen Walter Jr. handle walkers better than you.
That's the round one winner right there. You could say it was kind of back and forth. I'll give Rick some credit. It was back and forth. But that Walker's bar at the end, I've seen Walter Jr. handle walkers better than you, because Walter's kid, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I said stay back with the others while I finish this bitch like you finished your mother. You ain't a danger to me, Walt, so knock all you want. I'll watch you get eaten on my fucking front lawn.
Your monsters don't frighten, and you...
That was short. I swear Rick's getting shorted in this battle.
I said stay back with the others while I finish this bitch like you finished your mother. You ain't the danger.
I mean, that's not an insult to Walter, though, is my only problem with it. Like, it's a cool reference, and I don't mind how he spun it, but his time was so short here, and there's so much you could say about Walter White. He's just not doing anything. He says, you ain't the danger to me, Walt. That's because Walter tells his wife, I am the danger. That's what he tells her. Someone knocks on the door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. That's Walter White, and that's the reference that's being made here. But it's not, he's not really saying anything. You ain't the danger to me, Walt.
To me, Walt,
so knock all you want. That's, again, knock at the door. That's a reference to that speech.
I'll watch you get eaten on my fucking front lawn.
Yeah, I'll watch you get eaten on my front lawn. Like, guy, that was bad. That was a bad second round, and I've seen this one before. I know where this goes, and it's not going to end well for Rick here.
Monsters don't frighten, and you can bite me. I'll be standing right here in my tiny Walter Whiting. I'll bury you faster than your partner stole your whole life. No one saw Shane coming except for your wife.
Oh, man. It doesn't matter how many times you hear that. It never gets easier. What a bitter pill to swallow. Holy cow. One more time for the folks in the back.
Like tiny Walter Whiting. I'll bury you faster than your partner stole your whole life. No one saw Shane coming except for your wife.
Oh, yeah!
Okay, no one saw Shane. Look, disgusting. And yeah, game winner right there from Walter White. Easy win for him. This one is a lot of fun, and I really like the battle a lot. But at the same time, this one needed a third verse or a fourth verse. This one needed so much more because both of these guys have so much you could pull from. And they didn't even hardly scratch the surface on Walter White. It felt like they had a lot of cool ideas for references and how to flip it, but they were so focused on the double entendres and, sliding the AMC thing in there and, little just Easter eggs, just little tidbits and stuff here and there that they didn't focus on the actual punches, which is a shame for these two characters in particular, just because there's so much there you could pull from. So especially with Walter, because I feel like, Walter took a few pretty good shots at Rick. There was some more things he could have gone into, sure, but I think this came out before the days of Negan. So, a rematch, I think, if more than any other that I've watched so far and reacted to, I think this one needs the rematch. You got to run this one back because there's too much there for them. And even though this one is fun and enjoyable, I just can't help but see the potential that was missed in this one. So let me know in the comments below what you thought. Is there any way Rick Grimes wins this? I don't see it remotely, but, shoot your shot in the comments if you think you can defend that. Do you see where I'm coming from as far as a rematch for this one? I would pay good money to see a rematch from these two. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell if you want to see my upcoming reviews. I'm also learning how to sing bass, which has been a pretty fun little group of videos I've been doing. You can watch part 1 and part 2 of that, down in my, one of my more recent videos, so it won't be hard for you to find if you go over to my channel if you're interested in something like that. Got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline on this channel. I still haven't uploaded my latest Hogwarts video. I got to get on that, but it's a lot of work and I've been very busy, but it's coming. It's all coming down the pipeline, so be sure to hit that bell icon. That way I've taken enough of your time. This has been One Man's Opinion. Thanks.